Am I audible? See, good evening to all of you. First of all, I must thank the Aurangabad Sambhajinagar Center for bestowing on me the Lifetime Achievement Award. And also, I congratulate the new team of IIA, namely Chairman Architect Shyam Shelar, Vice Chairman Sanjay Pathe, and all the office bearers. See, during our tenure as a professional, I started at least in 1965 with my partner, Mr. Shyam Patil, Architect Shyam Patil. And up to 2005, I was practicing. And during this time, around 1985-86, there was a judgment in Delhi High Court that there won't be any licenses for the architects as well as the fees. So we approached the then commissioner that this should be followed in Aurangabad also, that is now Sambhajinagar. He refused that time that it is a judgment for Delhi only, it cannot be implemented in Aurangabad. So we approached the Aurangabad bench of the Bombay High Court. And we were 5 people, 5 architects, a group of architects. Myself, then Mr. Sangvikar was there, Boravke sir was there, Singh and Associates, who was my neighbor in the office, and Bahekar sir. We approached the High Court, and our advocate was Mr. Deshmukh, his father and son, and the government leader was a senior advocate, Mr. Kashinath Nawandar, Advocate Kashinath Nawandar. The hearing was done for a day only, and the judgment was in favor of the architects. It was reported in the Lokmat Times, Lokmat Daily Marathi also, and then we approached the government of Maharashtra that it should be put in the Gazette of Maharashtra. And it was put in the Gazette, and then we had no fees and no licenses from then onwards. So this was, then we thought that we should again unite all the architects of Aurangabad or Marathwada, and we started this Aurangabad Center, that is Sambhajinagar now, in 1991. It was inaugurated by architect Arun Ogle, who was vice president at that time of the Indian Institute of Architects. And then, of course, in '89, I joined JNEC as a HOD. It was thrust on me, HOD ship, because I never knew how to teach. And then, of course, it started, and up to 2016, I taught as a HOD and the Department of Architecture. So this was a journey from profession to education also. And of course, there are certain funny things which happened during the education when we were HOD in the old premises. I think you know old premises. Mr. Pathe was there also. And you know, there were certain professors, I will just quote 2 or 3 only, very popular teachers, just newly married, and we had given them a subject to teach. It was landscape architecture. And this professor, sometimes he forgot to revise while coming for the lecture. And then all of a sudden he has to face the students. So he used to talk about the movies, especially the popular Madhuri Dixit And during that period, and at the end, you will say that landscape is about greenery only. And of course, afterwards we asked the students, "Arey, kya sikha aapne?" "Sir, we know everything about the movies. We have forgotten about the trees." So these were just funny things, and one more episode I will just quote. One of our professors, he was not in practice, and he had constructed a house, and of course there was a compound wall he has to build. Then he didn't know much about the practice, so he asked me that you prepare an estimate of the compound wall, and then we will share with both the neighbor and myself, will share that cost. So I prepared the estimate. It was coming to over 23,000 or so. So I gave him. He said that, okay. So I told him that you make it half and you can share with them. So he divided by half, and it went to 46,000. I don't know how it is 46,000, it is only half, you have to make it half, not divide by half. So this was a funny thing which occurred during my HOD-ship, and now of course in the old premises we had a lot of fun, parties there, and there are so many others who are part of this JNEC academics. And afterwards, of course, up to 2016, I continued as a HOD and retired in 2017 as a professor emeritus. So now my son is practicing. He passed in 2001, and now he's taken over my office. He's Nishant Tavde. And of course, he has also done his MArch. And I am not going to office. One more quote I will just see, that one Mr. Jain, you must be knowing the famous architect Jain from Mumbai. Uttam Jain. Uttam Jain. He had come to our college also. I had invited him. And while discussing, he was telling that my son and daughter-in-law have returned from United States. And of course, they went to the office. First of all, they removed all the bolts. They installed all the computers. When next day he went to the office, he saw that his board was not there. So from that day onwards, he didn't go to the office at all, because he said, my board is my board. I cannot work on the computer. So these are the funny things which happened. And I again thanks all the office bearers and the chairman, vice chairman for this honor which you have bestowed on me as a Lifetime Achievement Award. Thank you very much.
We are one earth, one family, and we share one future under the theme Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. For G20, which was held in February 2023, the contribution of volunteers from our city and fraternity had set defining moment in history of city. We will now run through the audiovisual clip projecting the effort put together by various teams for city development under G20 visit. It's time to announce with pride that IIS CSN Center will felicitate the various G20 teams for this remarkable contribution. I request our chief guest, Mr. Shrikant sir, to do the honors and request the following teams to come up on the stage. First team, Sidco Bus Stand to Airport. Mentors for the group, Architect Medha Naik ma'am and Architect Shailesh Chitlangi sir. Student volunteers, Siddhali Prashant, Sakshi Bagul, Gaurika Panikar, Anushka Bhargava, Saundarya Joshi, Nikita Sauji, Rutuja Jadhav, Aditya Patil, Bhavesh Birare.
Request the second team to be ready. Jalgaon Road, Mentor, Architect Madhura Kulkarni. On behalf of Madhura Kulkarni, I request Architect Sunil Patil sir to please collect the certificates. Architect Ramendra Kumar Birare. Students volunteers are Vaishnavi Satpute, Adil Virani, Tanvi Karwa, Arpita Agrawal, Anushri Bhandari, Purva Kadam, Shreya Mapari, Kimaya Khare, Omkar Pede, Akshay Rokde, Riddhi Thorat. The mentors are Architect Piyush Kapadia sir, Architect Sham Shelar sir, Architect faculty is Architect Kuldeep Bhatia ma'am, Chinmay Pede. Students Saloni Khandelwal, Asmita Jaiswal, Sakshi Sharma, Varun Tang, Anuj Duppad, Siddhi Kankaria. JNEC students are Khushi Gangwal, Vaishnavi Dhage, Kunjal, Samruddhi Khanapure, Sanika Nikam. Yes, congratulations to all the team. Good achievements and contribution.
Today we have one of the eminent personality who has contributed for the betterment of the city and society. His contribution has added to the glory of our heritage city. It's our honor to have one such distinguished personality today as guest, whose work has touched the lives of many. I request Architect Sanjay Pathe sir, Vice Chairman, II Maharashtra Chapter, to introduce our chief guest, Mr. G. Shrikant sir.
Here I am to introduce well-known personality of CSN, Mr. G. Shrikant sir, Honorable Commissioner, an IAS officer from the batch of 2009 representing Maharashtra, born on June 18, 1985 in Karnataka. He is a Bachelor of Commerce graduate who recently served as a Joint Commissioner of GST. Mr. Shrikant sir's proficiency in language such as Kannada, Tamil, Telugu, English, Hindi and Marathi highlights his versatility, specifically his command on Marathi. I remember his quote recently in Manthan conference, मंथन मधून विष निघो की अमृत ते म्युनिसिपल कमिशनर म्हणून मलाच प्यायचे आहे. ग्रेट सेन्स ऑफ ह्युमर. With diverse career spanning various roles, he has been honored with the Best District Collector Award by the Government of Maharashtra in 2015 and named Maharashtrian of the Year in Governance by Lokmat Media Group in 2017. आणि त्यांच्या व्यक्तिमत्वातला अजून एक पैलू आहे. एनीवन गेस फ्रॉम ऑडियन्स? Yes, cricket. He is a passionate cricketer. We met him first time on cricket ground only. Please welcome Mr. G. Shrikant sir, an accomplished IAS officer with a remarkable commitment to serving the community. With huge round of applause.
Dear wonderful and gorgeous ladies and okay gentlemen. Very good evening. And first I sincerely congratulate the Lifetime Achievement awardee of this night for his contribution to the architecture and the profession, Mr. Tavde Saab. And I sincerely thank Mr. Barjate ji, the outgoing chairman of Indian Institute of Architects, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar chapter, and I congratulate the incoming chairman and the present chairman for another 3 years? 2 years. Shri Shyamji Shelar and his entire team. I wish them all the best. And it becomes boring to give speech at the end, but coming fresh from the Germany tour, this is my first interaction with all of you, and it's the best time also, because when Shyamji had called me up to interact and to be present in this occasion, I said that I can't make it prior to German tour. Maybe after German tour, maybe I will be able to attend to this function. So today I am here and fresh from the exposure internationally, should work locally, and every time I believe that after earlier also I was believing the same. आताही तो मी विश्वास ठेवतो की who are architects? Who are architects when we visit, की ज्या वेळा आम्ही कुठल्याही परदेशामध्ये जातो, कुठलाही एखादा स्ट्रक्चर आपल्याला खूप आवडलेलं स्ट्रक्चरचं कोणी बांधलं, मग त्यांचं आर्किटेक्टचं नाव घेतलं जातं. बीट अवर चंदीगडच्या सिटी ज्या वेळेला डिझाईन केलेलं आर्किटेक्टचं नाव आपल्याला माहिती आहे. डू एनीवन रिमेंबर द आर्किटेक्ट ऑफ ताजमहल? डू एनीवन रिमेंबर द आर्किटेक्ट ऑफ कैलाश टेम्पल? That's our culture. Maybe we forget our architects. It's a time to recognize the profession. It's the time to tell the world who are the best architects of this country, who will be the best architects of this country, or any structures coming up. आता आम्ही कुठल्याही परदेशात गेलो, चांगला बिल्डिंग आवडली. This building is designed by so and so architect. Might be constructed by some builder, might be by some constructor, some contractor, but we forget the brain behind that building. So I congratulate the chapter. I don't know when it started. At least the profession started to recognize themselves as they are architects, not just engineers, not just builders. आणि अशा एक चांगला आज ऑर्गनायझेशनच्या त्या चॅप्टरमध्ये आणि आज तुमच्या सेरेमनीमध्ये मला उपस्थित होताना खूप आनंद होतो आहे. आणि ॲट द सेम टाईम मी कमिशनर म्हणून ह्या ठिकाणी काम करत असताना बरेच मला असे ठळकपणे दिसत आहेत की समटाईम्स मे बी बिकॉज ऑफ द इकॉनॉमिकल रिझन्स ऑर अदर रिझन्स मोस्ट ऑफ द टाईम की आपण आर्किटेक्ट आहोत का किंवा आपण कॉपियर आहे. आर वी कॉपिंग समथिंग, आर वी डिझायनिंग समथिंग, इनोव्हेटिंग समथिंग. even if we are copying the best things of the world, or are we copying suiting to the local requirements? That's the question which we need to ask ourselves. And at the same time, as a city, you people are called architects. You build road, you design a building, you design some hospital, you design different uses of public uses, private uses, but everybody uses that building, be it a toilet. As a city commissioner, I am not bloody proud of any structure which I am taking a pride that yes, I have such a huge structure, maybe I have some innovative structure, I have a good toilet, I have a good school. I mean to tell in form of architecture I am talking. Do I have a good crematorium? Whether my road, I have built a cement road, but whether my roads are smart enough to take care of everyone? Do I have a very good park, or I just lawns? Do I have a good garden? Does my public building represents something worthwhile where I can proudly see, yes, I have this building, I have this public building? You might be asking, sir, ये तो आपका काम है, ये तो हमारा काम नहीं है. हम तो आप एक इंडिविजुअल घर बनाते हैं, या किसी का हॉस्पिटल बनाते हैं, या किसी का स्कूल बनाते हैं. ठीक है, वो एक पर्टिकुलर सेक्शन ऑफ लोगों के लिए बनाते हैं, बट we as a team of architecture along with the city administration team should work hand in hand, not hand in glove, hand in hand together to make this city architecturally wonderful. What this city does not have, we have an ancient structures wherein we can be bloody proud to say that. When my German sister city mayor was talking about that this city my city, his city, has a history of 600, 700 years of a structure, which he was proudly saying. At the same time, during my speech, I proudly say that I have an architecture of 2500 years old architecture. A whole temple had been carved out from a single rock. He didn't believe when I showed the picture. How can this be possible? I said, that is the prideness of my Indian architects. He asked me, who is that architect? I don't know. That's the pittiness. We forget. We have many things, but only we should look at ourselves rather than looking out. We should look in. Are we innovating? Are we creating? Are we contributing? Or just copying? This is what I feel. I am a just commerce graduate, having a passed UPSC and became a commissioner of your city. But I have this taste to say whether it is good, bad, whether we can modify, whether we have that grandeur. I always believe that the public spaces should be such where everybody who looks out that particular public space should have an architectural marvel. But unfortunately in the government, earlier, maybe during some period, Kailash temple was constructed by whom? The then government. उस टाइम पे गवर्नमेंट सरकार कौन था? राजा महाराजा थे। आज हमारे राजा महाराजा जो भी एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन है, हम कोई ऐसा स्ट्रक्चर नहीं बना रहे। उस टाइम के जो राजा थे वो कौन से थे? सरकार थे। खाजगी आदमी ने बनाया? वो तो सरकार ने लोगों का टैक्स लेके वो बनाया हुआ होगा। उस टाइम पे कैलाश टेम्पल को बनाने का जो मजदूरों को पैसा कौन दिया? ठेका था, L1 हुआ था। क्या सिटी इंजीनियर साहब L1 हुआ होगा उस टाइम पे? इसलिए इच्छा अच्छा बनाया। उस टाइम पे ऑडिट भी नहीं थी, CBI भी नहीं थी, ED भी नहीं थी। But this is the time, friends, where we are open. Now the generation is not the typical administration which you have to deal with. At least I and my team in the corporation is open for every such creation which is going to come in the near future. We are open for your innovation. Let it fail, but let it be creative. Let it be new. Let that space talk about everything. I want your contribution in that. You might build some structures to the taste and requirement of your vendor, because he need to construct more and more and more space, violating all rules. But at least in public spaces, give your thought, make a team. I was very happy to see some of the pictures by the teams. I don't know how far it has been implemented. It has shown to me today itself. Earlier the team had come, and one of my friend, I don't know, on that day I was little aghast, and I slightly raised my voice and then said sorry again to that my friend through WhatsApp. Of your team. But the issue had been redressed. But I was expecting more from you. Why I came? Why am I wasting my family time with you? Because we believe that you have such power to contribute to this city, to make it more beautiful. Why I said initially that, my dear gorgeous and beautiful ladies and okay gentlemen, because every time to come a function, lady gets prepared. You take more amount of time. We just came jeans, कौन सा कपड़ा इधर पहन के, विकास चौधरी साहब का कुछ भी पहन के आ गए, शर्ट पैंट। ऐसे कितने आदमी हैं तैयार हो के आए बताओ? ऐसे इधर ऑफिस है, इधर चलो, इधर आ रहे। And I have no doubt that each and every lady comes here with prepared. Tavde sab, madam, Mrs. Tavde, you have picked up the best saree which you have today. हम ऐसे आ जाते, कंघी विंगी आए, ये उंगली हमारा कंघी है। But for this city has to be treated like women. We have to prepare. We have to be architects marvelous of our public spaces. Because कोई भी शहर में जाते हैं तो एक आइडेंटिटी होती है। यूरोपियन सिटीज़ का उनकी एक आइडेंटिटी है, एक सिमिलैरिटी है, एक फैसाड वो मेंटेन करते हैं उनकी पुराने शहरों में। बट हम maybe शायद we don't want to replicate those structures. Maybe that's a very difficult thing. But at least हम जो अब से पब्लिक स्पेसेस बनाते हैं या कोई स्मशान भूमि में भी बनाते हैं कि तो वो अच्छा रहना चाहिए। मिस्टर शेट्टी को मैं बोला था, एक दिन मैं उनके स्मशान भूमि में गया, मैं पूछा आपको कहाँ जाना है आखिरी में। आई वॉज कमिंग फ्रॉम MGM, अभी आपके प्रोग्राम के पहले मैं MGM में था। वो गलती से उन्होंने लिख दिया ओपिनियन विजिटर्स बुक में नेम जी श्रीकांत, तो एड्रेस, फिर वो डेजिग्नेशन की जगह डेस्टिनेशन लिखा। मैंने लिखा ये क्या है भाई, सर वो डेजिग्नेशनचा गलती से हो गया, मैंने गलती हुई हुआ तो मैं सही लिखूंगा. डेस्टिनेशन मैं लिख दिया जन्नत. मतलब आखिरी में वहाँ कहाँ जाना है? जन्नत या जहन्नुम, बट वया महापालिका ही जाना है. वया महापालिका ही जाना है. बट हाउ यू विल गो? Is there any crematorium which you have owned it? Do architect association have their special crematorium? Do you have it? Everybody has to go through via my route only. But how you design? How is that space? Who is going to own that? So at least हम आपसे जो भी बनाएंगे वो at least contribute करो. नहीं होगा फिर भी का मतलब ट्राई करते रहना चाहिए. एटलीस्ट सम कमिश्नर विल हैव सम विजडम. कुछ तो तोड़ो को उसको अक्कल खुलेगा, टीम को खुलेगा. भाई एटलीस्ट ये कंटिन्यूसली बोल रहे हैं बिकॉज वी कम एंड गो. यू आर द रेसिडेंट ऑफ दिस सिटी फॉर लाइफ. मुझे पता नहीं मेरा कहाँ होगा जन्नत का रूट, कहाँ पे होगा मुझे पता नहीं. बट तुमचा ठरले ना टकर सर, कुठलं आहे तुमचं मार्ग? औरंगपुरा नाही, स्मशानभूमीचा विचारतो. वी हॅव टू सेलिब्रेट द स्पेसेस. व्हॉट आय फील, व्हॉट आय वॉन्ट टू से की ॲज अ कमिशनर व्हॉट आय एक्सपेक्ट फ्रॉम ऑल ऑफ यू इज दॅट वी शुड वर्क एज अ टीम. नाही आत्ता माझ्याकडे काही पैसे सँक्शन झालेले आहेत. दिस सिटी इज नोन ॲज अ सिटी ऑफ गेट्स. बट सिटी ऑफ गेट्स ऑफ व्हॉट पिरियड वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट? व्हॉट पिरियड वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट? द गेट्स ऑफ विच सेंचुरी? बट द गेट्स ऑफ 21st सेंचुरी का कहाँ है? 2023 75th ईयर ऑफ आवर इंडिपेंडेंस कहाँ है? कैसा रहेगा, कैसा होगा? That competition is open. Is it open now, Mr. Deshmukh ji? The competition is open. How my city gate should be of 21st century. What it should replicate. जो गेट इतने सालों के बाद भी टिका है तो आपसे भी टिकना चाहिए. 500 साल पहले अभी दिल्ली गेट बनाए कौन? हारिस भाई कौन बताओ? दिल्ली गेट बनाए कौन? आर्किटेक्ट कौन था? पता नहीं. मलिक अंबर तो राजा था या आर्किटेक्ट था? वो आर्किटेक्ट बनाए, वो डिजाइनिंग वगैरह किया होगा. ही मॉनिटर्ड, ही वॉज एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर लाइक मी बट नॉट आर्किटेक्ट. व्हाट आई मीन टू से, बनाया कौन, बनवाया कौन, डिझाईन कोण किया? मला वाटते की आपल्या नाव त्याच्यावर कोरलं पाहिजे, जे 500 वर्षानंतर सुद्धा हे टिकलं पाहिजे. अशा गोष्टी काही गोष्टी अशा बनवावं लागतं. दुसरा माझे कॉम्पिटिशन ओपन आहे, ते आहे माझ्या कॉर्पोरेशनची बिल्डिंग. आपल्या या शहराचा सर्वांच्या निगडीत असलेलं कॉर्पोरेशन बिल्डिंग ऑन मजनू हिल. इट शुड बी इन अ मेन टावर. When we went to Frankfurt, what is the main attractions of the city? मेन टॉवरमध्ये जायचं आणि त्या ठिकाणीहून पूर्ण शहराचा 360 डिग्रीमध्ये बघायचं. टेल मी वन सच बिल्डिंग वेअर फ्रॉम वेअर आय कॅन सी द 360 डिग्री व्ह्यू ऑफ माय दिस सिटी. असे आहे ज्या ठिकाणी 360 डिग्रीमध्ये मी बघू शकतो. सो माय कॉर्पोरेशन बिल्डिंग विल हॅव दॅट फीचर. वी आर गोइंग टू पुट दॅट फीचर दॅट हा बिल्डिंग एवढा उंचीवर न्यायचा आणि त्या ठिकाणीहून, कारण आता ह्यापुढे माझ्या कॉर्पोरेशनचा अधिकारी हा घाबरणार नाही आहे बिल्डिंग परमिशन देत असताना. कारण आम्ही बसलेलं तळ मजल्यात आणि 21 माल्याची बिल्डिंग साईन करण्यामध्ये अरे काय होईल, कसे होईल. आता बसेलच तो 20व्या माल्यावर, बसेलच तो मोठ्या माल्यावर. सो माय लेट इट बी पार्क, let it be garden, let it be crematorium, let it be my administrative building, let take as a stadium. Recently, the cabinet had sanctioned our proposal to have an international stadium at our city. How it should be, how it will be, what does it replicate? Recently, I was going through the Honorable Prime Minister's constituency stadium. It was reflecting. That's the sound of architecture. त्यांचे जे टावर्स आहे ते त्रिशूलासारखं आहे, which replicates the Shiva. त्यांची जे मीडिया जे बॉक्सेस आहे, जसं आपण लॉर्ड्सचे क्रिकेट स्टेडियम आपण बघतो, दे इट हॅज अ ओवल स्ट्रक्चर, बट दिस मीडिया रूम इज लाईक अ डमरू, मतलब विच सिम्बलाइजेस आवर कल्चर. बट I just want that should maybe sustain for long. The stadium, जे शिवाचं वर जे चंद्र आहे ते चंद्र आकाराचं त्यांनी बनवलं. लाईक that's the thing which we have to put our life into that. अरे स्टेडियम तो बनेगा, क्रिकेट तो खेलेगा, आर्किटेक्चरल ब्लड उसमें जाना चाहिए, not just copying. So with that I don't take much time. Let us work together. Shyamji and your team and any architect who wish to work, who wish to contribute, be it a small public space, be it a small chowk, be it a small park, be it any building which you want to come up with innovatively, we are there to support. Let us work together. Let us be architects of modern India, Chhatrapati modern Sambhajinagar, but just not copiers. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra.
We are thankful for your valuable time. Your words had indeed put many of us to think sensitively, seriously at grassroots level first, and we will address the basic needs. We also assure you that we will first try to fulfill your expectations the way you have interacted today, and let's hope for the better city in future. Thank you. Now, IIA chapter Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar appreciates his presence and like to felicitate him with a warmth and affection. For this, I request IIA Chairman Architect Shyam Shelar sir to present our chief guest with the memento as expressions of our gratitude.